Welcome, Localizers. Today I am reacting to Localizers sets after Natoko anime uses AI translation. Nice. I mean, for F's sake, I really feel bad for the Localizers that actually gave a crap, but a lot of them were just a-holes. Sadly. But okay, if you like my content, leave a like, leave a comment, press the notification button, and show me and Rev some love. Of course, this nice blinking up thingy bob, just press a like if you just go and watch Rev's stuff after me or not. That's, I think, the main reason is, or der Hauptgrund or das Hauptziel is just that the word comes out. But as it is, let's just start, won't we?
What's up, guys? Up here. So today we've got a very interesting set of topics to go over. We're going to begin with some anime localizers reaping what they have sown, and then we're going to look at some censorship of anime and manga, and then we're going to conclude with more Twitter users complaining about
Oh, okay, so this is one of those. F them. I learned a bit of things after anime and manga, like not just watching but learning actually like a bit out of it, and like the cultural differences are gigantic. Even the lolly stuff, I actually changed my mind a bit, not extremely, but a bit. I thought I knew a lot about lollies, but no, I didn't. So let's just continue.
drawings. So let's begin right here with this absolute banger of an anime. It's called My Dear Friend Nokotan. This is a premiering anime right now that a lot of people are talking about because it is really just
My Dear Friend Nokotan. Okay, I see. This looks about a deer god or something like that. Or a deer girl. Okay.
well, what animes.
Oh, this actually reminds me of the freaking deer guy that on Twitch. One of the top people on Twitch that actually thought that he's a deer. No, not a deer. A male deer specifically. He actually identified as a female deer, but then actually got horns. And if you know anything about deers, only the males have horns. So
it's all about. It's beautifully weird, okay? It's cute girls doing cute things, and then there's deer. Basically putting cute girls doing cute things in a wacky environment, that is a recipe for success. And also, if you've heard the opening theme of this anime, you know it's an absolute bop. Would definitely recommend checking out the song and the animes it's releasing. However, there has been some controversy reported by many users like this. So let's read this tweet. It says, really unfortunate for the international My Dear Friend Nokotan fans out there. It appears that the official English, French, except ADN, which made their own subs, and German subtitles of the show might have been translated by AI.
Yes. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't even mind at this point. Because if you get a localizer, like somebody who actually just says what the fuck actually happened there, translates words, one of the freaking easiest jobs on this world, and they for fuck's sake cannot just shut their mouth for 5 seconds, and they just have to give their opinion on their political stuff. Yeah, sorry, it's just not worth the risk. If I'm doing something like this, and I am like, no, this is neutral, this is for as many people as possible, I'm not doing like anything political about it. Maybe a joke or two for this times, that's okay, that's fine. I don't think that any normal person would have something against it. But this risk, nothing. Get an AI. You're just put someone to work that actually just gets the AI and just translates it, and you're way better off. It's just way less risk.
The translations come from the licensor Remao and are not Crunchyroll's work, where it's currently premiering. While blaming these services justified, as they could have had the option to create their own translation, we believe Remao should have been held accountable as well. They're the one who handles the international localization, subbing, and dubbing, and marketing of the show. Don't let this slide too. If we can direct the feedback more directly to the source, Remao can face the backlash and improve their stuff for the future. The subtitles could also be fixed on other services like Prime Video, YouTube, and more, not just Crunchyroll.
Nah, it's already better. It's already fixed to a degree. They didn't effing risk getting any shit just because of a translator being butthurt about of the opinion of the translator being more important than the opinion of the freaking guys that actually do put in work in it. They improved it already.
Now, what this tells me is that, yes, there was some sort of a third party involved with the translation here that came over to Crunchyroll first, right? It came from this Remao. But Crunchyroll didn't proofread anything. They didn't check out any of these subtitles to make sure they were accurate. They just played them. So that's pretty interesting. But also the reaction to this post is very interesting and telling of the times. So you look here, this response says, localizers go out of jobs. Fan subs are relevant again and can clean the translations. I see this as an absolute win. Another user says, the English subs are translated by AI. I say, good. And this is the absolute state of anime and manga in the year 2024. People would rather have slop AI translations than the work of localizers. And honestly, I don't really blame them. Because
I agree with Ref 100% on this. And I also agree that AI translation is slop. Because it won't translate you anything that actually matters. It will translate everything word for word as it is, not the meaning behind it. And even if it does, well, it's pretty sloppy. It's just because you feed in the AI system something half-baked and it comes a bit worse off back. It's just the truth about AI right now. But, I mean, it's getting better. Not shaming for that, but at the end of the day, would you, be honest to yourself, would you want the risk of a translator mistranslating everything wrong just because of their political view and just freaking maybe even killing your anime instantly? Or anything else for that matter, not just the anime. Maybe your store that you're working on, maybe some stuff you're producing. Maybe just the quality of your things that if you want to translate some words and suddenly there are things that you don't even agree with. Or maybe demonizes people who actually watch this stuff. I wouldn't risk it.
Because people would rather take a chance on mistranslations provided by AI than having to deal with the political injections and stupid Zoomer language that these localizers are adding into their translations, okay? And no, AI translations are not the peak. They are not the perfect solution.
No.
The perfect solution to translation is having a proper translation done by a human, but in times where a translation is either just completely not available or the option is a woke localizer, people would go with AI. And that is not too surprising given the current climate we're in and people like Katrina here. So this is an infamous localizer. She had a take on the situation saying this: Crunchyroll France appears to have used AI/machine translation to translate My Dear Friend Nokotan, resulting in something completely incomprehensible for French fans. Whatever money they might have saved using MT instead of a human translator, #human translator, they're likely to lose on lost subs. So first of all, it's not Crunchyroll that's directly making these translations. It's that third party, like I said. But here's the thing, okay? She's been trying to get this #human translator going, but there's a reason why nobody feels sorry for people like Katrina, okay?
Just take a second and guess 3 times why nobody feels sorry for them, including me. I find it quite ironic, to be honest. But just guess. Just give me a guess. Maybe in the comments. Maybe write down, hey, I think it's because of this. But I also think most of the people that watch this and aren't on a rage thing or on a sim thing are just like thinking people, so I guess you know why.
They are woke localizers. They've been doing this for years. They've been injecting their nonsense into translations very smugly and mocking the anime and manga fans who are calling out these mistranslations, and now they're just reaping what they sow. People would rather go with the AI. And they would further add here, for fans wondering how much translation costs, in the current market, the highest paid translators make about $300 per 24-minute episode.
$300 for 24 minutes of translation. I don't even think that's true, but even if, that's not an entire day's of job. And I really think that, if I recall correctly, I heard from a friend that it's not even that they have to see the anime, they get a script. So basically just sit down and write it off. And $300. Okay, let's just say maybe I'm underestimating it. Maybe let's just say, it is a day's of work. Because it's never more than a day's of work for 24 minutes. Like, come on. There isn't that much text in animes, or like, for fuck's sake. Never ever. I won't believe it until I watch enough animes to see that you have a lot of time left. So there isn't anywhere near enough 3 days of work, and I am specifically saying 3 days just because of the fact that a normal human being that works a normal job 8 hours a day actually makes, in Germany specifically, about $100, and you're even over the minimum wage with that. So if you have a 24-minute thing per 24 minutes, and you have basically a day's job, you're fine. You're way finer than... sorry, I had to sneeze that one. But you make a lot of money for that. For that job, you make a lot of money. A lot of cash.
Multi-million-dollar company Crunchyroll apparently thought that was too expensive. Well, yeah, they're trying to cut costs, and right now, given the current climate, you're not in demand. People are not complaining as much about AI as they should be. In a perfect world where translators are doing their job perfectly, people would be much more upset about stories like this, but because...
Yep, I agree with him. 100%. People should be outraged by AI, but if you're getting the quality stuff, I hope, ironically, it's just, no, fuck you for that. If I'm doing that and I'm paying you €300 for a 24, for a job that's maybe a day's work load, I want it correctly. I do not give a fuck about your politics at this point. You do what I pay you for. Because that's a lot of cash for basically not really working. And you might be right now like, that's harsh, Lich, for fuck's sake. Like, those people are also working. No. They have one of the easiest jobs in this world. And I am right now, I worked my entire life in physical labor. Now I am in a job, a desktop job. And it's freaking easy. It's easy as fuck. I don't have even 1/100th, well, 1/10 of the stress I had with physical labor. So don't give me that crap. Because I literally learned butcher. I worked in blood and death around me. And this is nothing compared to that. Nothing. And there are even worse jobs. Oil rigs. Fish catchers. Yeah, no. Nah. F off. F off for that. Nah.
Because of the shabby work of localizers like Katrina, people would rather see the AI than their work. And that is a very sad state of affairs. And of course, we've been talking about her for quite a minute. And despite having a history of terrible products and terrible work in the realm of anime and manga, she has landed another position, this time with 2.5D seduction. She is apparently the localizer for this anime that's coming out through High Dive. And for those who don't know this series, it's basically like My Dress Up Darling, but like way more ecchi and less of a progressive story, right? It's just like a crazy lewd cosplay type show. But this, keeping the ecchi themes in mind in a second, but first...
Okay, it's already dead on arrival. If this girl does it... No chance. No chance. She can't keep her mouth shut for 10 fucking minutes. Incredible.
It is being reported that even in the trailer for this upcoming anime...
Trailer. And people say that I should work on my pronunciation. I already fucked this one up. F it. I just take XQC as a freaking number one that your pronunciation or even talking the English language is totally irrelevant. Well, not entirely, you of course have to understand the person, but hey, still, XQC.
Actually, I believe the first episodes come out. They've already botched some of the translations. You can see it's like a typical Katrina type work here. You have this whole wall of text describing various things, and it's all just muddied down to my waifu.
Okay. Rev just sounded like he's surprised they did. Wasn't that... I just heard it 5 seconds ago. Of course they're gonna botch it. Of course this freaking person that cannot hold their yapper for 5 fucking minutes about politics will fuck it up. Yes. Logically, that would happen. That's just a natural... the natural thing to happen at this point. God damn it, I died again.
That's it. I mean, it might be nitpicky things, but it's very noticeable. And when people like Katrina have a track record for these things, people won't even let it slide in the trailer of this anime. And of course, other people are showing screenshots like this, like Chibi Reviews, reporting that this anime is also censored, which is absolutely wild. So I can't really show it on YouTube without censoring the whole thing anyways, but basically in the manga, this version of this scene right here, you can see all the goods, okay? It's the full shot, right? As she's bent over. And always people will complain, oh, Rev, what's the big deal? Oh, get over it. Well, if it's not such a big deal, then why are you censoring it? It's also outrageous to censor stuff like this fan service in a ecchi series like this that is riddled with fan service, including...
Yep. True. Now, to be honest, I do not care about fan service that much. If you don't show skin, I literally don't give a fuck. But if you have a product, you promise this, and there are a lot of people that actually care about it, you should deliver. And even if I personally don't mind. Like with the Stellar Blade thing. I personally prefer that she's more modestly clothed. But that's not what was promised. So it's still shitty. And I fully agreed with that point. This is exactly the same.
In this episode, there are many other moments that are filled with very, very lewd scenes, but this, for some reason, is censored. It's very bizarre. And of course, just like any other situation where people point out fan service being censored, you have these obnoxious comments. This person saying, at this point, just watch porn, bro. Yeah, ridiculous comment. And if you can't tell the difference between fan service in an anime and hardcore poontang, that's something you need to work on, buddy. But of course, in the conversations of censorship, we're going to move over to Zenless Zone Zero, another Hoyoverse product right here. And there's been multiple acts of censorship done to the character Nicole. They've nerfed her physics and her bust multiple times at this point. And this user is reporting what they believe is more censorship of this character. And boy howdy, did this person get dunked on. You can see 78 likes and well over 100 quotes, people clowning on them. All the replies are negative. Let's look at this. Let's look at the replies of someone reporting censorship of a game that was likely under the direction or the influence of the Chinese government. Here's just a random snippet, right? Nerf shots are so much hotter, I don't see the problem. There's barely any difference, dog. And this person says they have the mindset of someone who commits a word that starts with R and rhymes with vape. This person's saying that basically they're gay, and complaining about this is their cover-up for that. That is gigantic projection, by the way. This person says maybe go look at real women instead. And this person says not important. Then this person posts a picture of someone putting a noose around their neck, obviously encouraging the user to do something like that, which is an insane reaction to someone pointing out censorship that's happening. And as this user points out, there is something deeply off about people attacking this user who's pointing out censorship while cheering on what is likely the product or the influence or the direct orders of the Chinese government who is censoring this game. We've seen it happen a million times with Hoyoverse related games, okay? The government clearly has an impact on how they deliver these characters, and Zenless Zone Zero has definitely censored characters. Like, it's not up for debate. It's happened multiple times. So why is this user getting hit so hard by these people on Twitter? Well, I think it's just Twitter in general, how they behave, but also the fact this is Hoyoverse, and a lot of people from Genshin Impact are coming over. And you know they're ready to cheer on the Chinese government as long as it's owning the people they don't like on Twitter. But Genshin Impact is like the ground zero for that type of stuff, right? A company that
yeah. How was it? Rule 34 or something like that? Just look that up. And you know how Genshin Impact actually is viewed for the most part. Just look it up. It's just... I was surprised.
Really popular, that is from China and attracted a lot of Zoomers on Twitter and other social media spots. And we see comments like this still, to this day, in 2024 about Genshin. And this person says, Genshin, I thought we were promised the land of the dragons, with this caption saying, why are you white? With over 20,000 likes. Yes, demanding certain races be in a game that is controlled by the Chinese government. Good luck with that one. But you know what? Sometimes people actually deliver on these promises, right? Creating more darker characters. And here's an example of that. This person made fan art of Lukua from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid with darker skin. How did people react to this one? This fan art would be awesome if the character wasn't a predator. Up 28,000 likes. Well, they tried. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. There was a...
Damn, Ref as always freaking entertaining as fuck. This guy is just spread the word, spread the love of him. It's just... I just like him. Like after I started looking it up the first time, I was like, what the frick is this? A guy with a female avatar, but I mean, I got used to it. It just like even defending Loli at this point, I was like, what the fuck? This guy makes actual sense. What's wrong with me? Why do I agree here? But yeah, if there is sense, there is sense. It's just as easy as that. But as it is, good night.